Thank you all for coming. The Supreme Court has spoken, and while we're disappointed with the decision, we respect the justices' ruling, and we thank them for their thoughtful consideration of these issues. This ruling ends my campaign for governor of Oregon, but I want to be clear that I'm not going anywhere. I've been an Oregonian since I was a kid picking strawberries and raising sheep as an FFA, as a 4-H and FFA project on the family farm. And I'll be an Oregonian until the day I draw my last breath and my ashes are scattered on that family farm I love and on the Pacific Crest Trail here in Oregon. And it's because I love our state and care so deeply about our shared future that I'm going to keep fighting for these issues that we campaigned on, because the challenges are grave and so many people around us are struggling. The desire to serve this state led me to join the race, and I'm not going to stop addressing these issues, whether my name is on the ballot or not. Over the past few weeks, as the court was deliberating, I was continuing to travel the state, listening to voters. And what I heard over and over was that they're worried. They're worried about a housing system that has left too many people struggling to put a roof over their heads. They're worried about an economy that seems to be growing more unfair by the moment, providing fewer opportunities for Oregonians to live the good life. They're worried about an ever-increasing number of people who simply can find no shelter. They're worried about a criminal justice system that too often provides neither public safety nor justice for people, no matter what we look like or where we come from. And people are worried about a climate emergency that is already disrupting our lives with extremes like 117-degree days, or those Labor Day forest fires we remember. They're worried about a future of decline and drift in Oregon, and they know something needs to change. I joined this race in part because I saw people close to me who were struggling because of a political system that too often refused to take on issues because they're hard. I've seen friend after friend fall into a vicious spiral of unemployment, despair, addiction, violence, and homelessness. And it continues to this day. I've got a couple of friends right now just on the precipice of homelessness and their child put in foster care. I think about them each day, and they are the people we all have to focus on. This is a moment. These are the kinds of stories that are familiar to Oregonians all around our state. Fundamentally, there are 22,000 children here who are homeless. 22,000. We have to fix that urgently. This is a moment of crisis. It affects us all. And far too many of our families and friends and neighbors are left to struggle and suffer with the impact of those choices on their own because the political system believes these issues are too hard. I believe that they're too hard not to address. And while I will not have the opportunity to take them on as governor, I remain deeply committed to doing everything in my power to keep moving Oregon forward on these issues and toward a brighter future. I spent my whole career trying to shine a light on some of the world's biggest problems around the globe and shining a light on potential solutions to them. I'm not going to stop that now, particularly as some of these problems affect this state that I love so much. Thankfully, I know I won't be fighting this fight alone, and Cheryl and I just want to express our enormous appreciation to those who've been working with us on this campaign, on this initiative, from our campaign chair, Carol Butler, our campaign manager, Margaret Jaros, our lawyer, in this case, Misha Isaac, who did an extraordinary job, and so many others here, Michaela, Kristen, Melissa, Levi, Elizabeth, Angela, Jill, and of course Anson and Danny, so many others. We are so grateful to this dream team. I wish the dream might have ended differently, but it's been an extraordinary privilege to work with these folks. My campaign has also received the support of people, thousands of Oregonians from every county in this state who feel their voices haven't been heard, who want the opportunity to make a different choice for the state. And to those folks, I just urge you to stay engaged and stay hopeful, because I really do believe that we can achieve a better future, that we can address these problems if we do it together, not just talk about a brighter future for Oregon, but work together to make that happen. I believe we can make housing affordable and address the epidemic of homelessness around us if we actually do that hard work, if we work to tackle the problems at their root together. I believe we can build an economic powerhouse for our state, creating good jobs, reducing inequality, and leading the world in providing green energy technology together. I believe we can help prepare our children to succeed by providing affordable childcare, by introducing early childhood programs, by helping our schools do a better job supporting students around the state together. This is the future that Oregonians deserve, and while I will not have the opportunity of leading this state in that direction, I hope the other Democratic candidates will commit to tackling all these problems we see around us. And I look forward to working with them and people around this state, and I will support them in their efforts to tackle these problems. Thank you all, and I'd be delighted to take questions.
Is there anyone currently in the race that you might throw your support behind? House Speaker Tina Kotek, for example, or Tobias Reed?
Look, I just found out about the decision. I'm going to have to sort out what I'm going to do. So at this point, I just don't know.
Nick, in January, you said that the decision Secretary of State made was a result of your challenging the status quo, and that it was a reflection of the, quote, political class not liking that challenge. So are the 7 justices who made this decision part of that political class?
I respect the Supreme Court. I respect their decision-making. I respect the care with which they provided the deliberation. I'm disappointed by their ruling, but I honor their service and their integrity.
Is this really it? The court said you could ask for reconsideration or challenge the residency requirement in a different case. Do you plan to do that?
This is the end of the road for my campaign. I will not challenge the court. I have great respect for the Oregon Supreme Court, and so I will find other ways to try to do what I can to about the issues that I care about. The journalistic toolbox has been one way I've tried to address issues I care about. The philanthropic toolbox has been another. Trying to make changes on our family farm has been one, and more recently it's been the political toolbox. I don't know what exactly I will do going forward, but these are the issues that I care about, and I will find some way to try to make a difference.
I'm wondering what your plans are for the donations you've received, particularly some of the larger out-of-state ones. Can donors expect to get their money back?
You know, we're going to have to sort out what we do with the donations. I just haven't had a moment to think about it. That's going to, and I don't fully understand the legal issues involved. I'm going to have to sort that out.
So as a journalist, you'll respect this. You're talking big picture stuff, and we always want to dial in things. So what's next for you? Will you go back to writing for the New York Times? Will you try and write for the Oregonian? And also, is this it for politics? Will you ever run again?
What's next for me is a chance for Cheryl and me to go unwind. You know, whether in Lincoln City or not quite the right season for backpacking on Pacific Crest Trail, but you know, but Cheryl and I will have to unwind, think about some of these issues. I just don't know what comes next. I really don't. You know, I had thought the decision might go a different way, and so what exactly I do, I just don't know, except that these are issues that I care very deeply about. In many cases, they involve people who are close to me, and I want to find some way of making a difference on these issues.
Just a quick follow-up. What was it like when you learned of the decision? What was your personal reaction?
Look, it was not an optimal moment. I was disappointed. I got a phone call, but this is not about me. I'm going to be just fine. I'm going to be fine. The people I worry about are those 22,000 kids who are homeless, and they're not going to be fine. And they have to, whether we're in politics, whether we're in journalism, we have to make this about not just a horse race, about our efforts to shine a light on people who need our collective help, and especially kids. And how exactly we do this is a little unclear to me right now, but that is the focus. It's not, it can't be about me. It's got to be about these broader challenges.
All right, we're going over here.
Hi, Dan McCarthy with K2 News. I know that you haven't had a chance to lay out who maybe you would support in this race, but is there any candidate who you think matches some of your platform goals that may be of interest, or somebody who you'd like to continue having conversations with in that run for governor?
I just don't know. I've just got to sort this out. You know, I got word this morning, and then I had to figure out what to say this morning, and my phone has been buzzing away, and I haven't really had a chance to, you know, to look at messages or think about this. So I'll have to digest this and figure that out.
We have time for 2 more questions. Anyone? All right, thanks everyone for coming.
Thank you all. Really appreciate it.